Hello, my Octa children, and welcome to a special edition of Octadad After Dark. Tonight, I don't know, man. I just want to kick it. Enough stress going on in the world. Desk is still messy as hell. I'm tired, you know? So let's just vibe tonight. No pressure. No useful information. Don't click away from the video, though. You have to watch the video. But I just thought, you know, I ain't got nothing else to do. And I thought, let's flip a sample or two. The song that I'm sampling today comes from a patron. I'm very excited to announce that I have set up a Patreon that you can go check out. We got different reward tiers for different stages of your growth as an Octo child. And even if you can't contribute or anything, obviously just watching and liking and subscribing and commenting on every single video and sharing them with all your friends and family until you've entirely alienated them from your life is plenty. But no, seriously, there's going to be some cool stuff. There's going to be access to videos early, sample packs, access to my released music early. You can even get lessons from me if you're sadistic enough to want one-on-one time with me. But anyway, one of the reward tiers is you can select a sample for me to flip in the next video. It's usually just me picking the samples because my taste is impeccable. But I thought it could be fun to have some community input, and if you want to suggest something for me to sample, you're gonna have to pay me money. No, but really, this track that I'm sampling tonight actually comes from my very first patron and best friend of mine, ever so supportive, my friend Andrew, and the song is called The Sweet Science by the group Wolfpack. So let's take a gander to how that thing's ander. Nice. I get big nightclub vibes from this. The lights dim, spotlight on a man in a fedora, but it's like the 40s, so it makes sense and it's not cringe. And he's like, you know, I swore I'd never talk to that dame again. It's Ben Affleck, I guess, or Matt Damon in The Departed. I don't know, but it's super cool. I sampled this bit as well. If we go to our second recording buffer. Yeah. And I told that fucking rat, if you ever talk about Martha again, you get it. So, let's not waste any time. And let's start fucking slicing, dude. Make sure we get that zero crossing, hold in function while we turn. Okay, let's go to the next slice. That could be cool. I want to get that as far over as I can before the next note starts. Next slice. Hell yeah. I think we're just going to take that whole run. Do we want that whole run, or do we want to start with just this? Okay, let's go. I don't think I want this bit. So I think I'm going to go from here. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, so I want it to stop right before the kind of upward run that happens there. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be good. And then that could be cool. Let's do that. I like that. I don't know. This is way out of my comfort zone in terms of things that I sample. So I have no idea how this is going to go. Okay, so let's go hold function and press down to go to our slices. It's already pitched down a bunch, but let's start with maybe down a fifth. Let's reverse it. That sounds kind of butts. Let's try 5. That's cool. We're just gonna go with that because I don't fucking know, dude. This is one of those samples that's frustrating to me because it's such a fucking cool sample. Like, I could see someone way more capable than me taking this and making something just so fucking sick with it. But you're not watching someone who can do something fucking sick. You're watching me. And thanks for that, by the way. Like and subscribe. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to do my best. Anyway, let's see if we can find the tempo to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 160-ish. Let's see if that tracks. I'm usually a little fast. So let's try this at 150. Something I'm going to do here is set the scale of the track to half speed. And what that does essentially is we're in 150 BPM, and I do want that for the drums and the purposes of stuff like that. But I think that a 4-bar loop in 150 is going to be just a little too fast and get repetitive a little too quickly. And so what you can do, I discovered 2 years into using the OCTATRACK, is scale the speed of the sequencer down to play it, you know, half speed, 3/4 speed, 4th speed. And essentially what it'll do is it'll run it at half your tempo. So half of 150 is a number. I don't know, man. So yeah, let's do that and then come down here and make the master 128, so it takes that long to reset itself. Yep. And then let's try just putting something down and seeing what happens. Okay, sometimes this happens with the OCTATRACK. If you're a little early, it won't record the trigger. So we can just do it manually here, which is actually a fine way to show you. You can just put a trig in manually. I know the first slice I want is 4 there. So we're going to hold this trig down, go to our start parameter here, and go down to slice 4, and let's listen. It's not bad. I think this here could be shifted, maybe, micro-shifted. Let's see. Maybe let's put this one forward and see what happens. I'm gonna turn off the metronome. That's okay. All right. That's pretty. All right. Okay. A problem I'm having with this here, this last trigger, is that the sample goes on just a hair too long. And so that slice is slice 5. So let's go to our sample menu here and go 5. So then I'm going to move the start point of this over a little bit and the end point back over. And let's hear how that works. Turn the metronome on for a second. Yeah, we did it, boyos. Okay, so we have that. We managed to sample the thing that I am contractually obligated to sample, and it doesn't sound horrible. So the really hard part is done. Now, let's put in some drums. I have been extremely vocal about how I do the same patterns for drums over and over again, and I want to try to break out of that a little bit, but like, also, can't you hear the halftime snare to that? Can't you hear the right? It's like, it's begging for it. So let's look for some sounds. That sounds like some Little John shit. Yeah. Anyway, like, okay, this clap, right? Like, tell me this doesn't work. I dare you. It's a little loosey-goosey, though. It's a little loosey-goosey. But I like gooses. I love Affleck. I think we're just gonna go with the, I mean, who am I kidding, right? It's a chill night, man. We're just between friends. So let's record that because that's fine. Let's set this to half speed as well because we're not going to be doing anything particularly fast, I don't think, with the kick, and it just gives us more flexibility with our patterns. So let's do that. So this is a sample I used in my first video, and also I think in the last video. It's the kick drum that I always defer to, as it were, but let's find a better one. That could be cool. Yeah, I like that. That's better. So let's turn down our kick on that snare there. Let's turn the kick down on this scene here so that we can do a little turnaround action. I sampled another part of it that I did not slice. So let's do that real quick. We can do this one faster, I think. This is something I do often. I will sample 2 parts of a track and use one as like the anchor, the main driving force of the track, the main sample, very identifiably the center of the track. And then I will use another one for kind of twinkly ambiance, additional textures and stuff. And the thing I do for that that's very fast is just holding function and clicking audio editor. Give yourself a slice grid. Let's do 8 slices. And then let's pitch this down. Let me get this weird effect off here. Let's pitch this down the same here, so to -5. And let's just see what the RNG gods gave to us. Ooh. Something else we could do is pitch this boy up. So -5, so +7. Is that right? Is that my math? I think so. Okay, now hold on a minute. I don't know if this is gonna work out, but that's kind of fire. Similar thing. Gonna put this down to half speed. God, I want that to work so fucking bad. Let's see if that works with it quantized. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is make that a little less prominent by filtering it out a lot. And then we're gonna put some delay on that boy. Quite a bit of delay, I think. That's pretty sick, to be real with you. Let me be here. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's certified hot off the grill, courtesy of your Octo Chef, me, yours truly. I don't know how to tell you this, but every crinkle of that wrapper is getting picked up by the microphone.
Oh, sorry, guys.
My poor wife wants to join in on the fun, and I'm just like, your fucking Snickers is making noise. We're getting a divorce.
Back here.
Yeah, stay over there. Okay. I want a bass on this so bad, my dad better buy it for me for Christmas. I wish that I had 808s on my OCTATRACK device. Why don't you have 808s on your OCTATRACK device, Octadad? You might ask me. And I would respond, shut the fuck up, son.
Or daughter.
My wife is correct. Shut the fuck up, son or daughter, or non-gender identifying person in between, or anywhere on the spectrum. Nobody asked you. I respect your identity, but I will not respect stupid fucking questions. So anyway, we're just going to go with the same bass sample I use every fucking time. Where is it? Let's put a little grit on it. Let's put a little skin on its bones. Let's pull some of its teeth out and give it a drinking problem. There we go. Are you feeling it now, Mr. or Mrs. Krabs? Okay. So you might just have to accept that this track is going to be a little ugly, a little fucked up. Not like other kids. I don't like Simple plan. I don't watch Shrek. It's 2004 in this scenario. Surprise, surprise, we're going to put this down to half speed as well. Maybe re-trigger it here. That could be something. Maybe copy this, paste it there, turn off the re-trigger, reverse it, I don't know. Try 4. Alright, let's fix this clap a little bit, because the clap is a little butts. So we could do the classic. You'll distort them up. Let's try a spring reverb. Oh, that's just fucking horrible, isn't it? It's disgusting. It's bad. It's useless. It's just like me. So something we could do is just lock that to a couple steps. So like maybe that second one there. Yeah, that actually is kind of hot. Let's put a trig here, flip it and reverse it. Copy that and put it here, and I think, let's see, that's actually kind of good, but I think I want it pitched up a wee bit. Yeah, that's hot. Let's have this happen the second time only. So basically what I want to happen is I want the sequencer to go around. I want this to end. I think I'm going to change this from a reverse into a re-trigger, perhaps. Let's re-trigger it a bunch, not that many times, and turn the volume down, because when you re-trigger it, it gets kind of loud. So let's see what happens. I want to see something. I don't know if this works, but this could be cool. Okay, that's actually fucking sick. That's something I've never tried before, by the way. And that's the cool thing about the OCTATRACK, is that you spend enough time with it, you're like, I don't know, this should work and could be really cool. And then sometimes it fucking is. Like, I don't think I've ever used the spring reverb before, because every time I was like, this sounds like shit. But this whole beat kind of sounds like shit. Sorry, Wolfpack, your sample's great, but I'm not, so I'm gonna trash it. I think Trash Beat is a great name for this project in general. So what I think I want to happen is for this to re-trigger slightly less, maybe 4 times. Let's hear how that goes. Okay, let's try 6. I want it to basically go just long enough to get kind of swept up by that reverse. Yeah, that's sick. So let's have it happen every first time, and then we're going to set these as a little trick. Set these to, pre. Okay, let me tell you a little thing about these Electron encoders. They're the worst thing to ever happen. I love you, Electron, but you just can't get encoders right. The OCTATRACK and the Digatone ones, and the Digitact as well, are ridiculously sensitive and like really hard to dial in specific parameters. And then I had a model Cycles for a little bit, and oh my god, turning those things was like a Herculean task. It was like, okay, you don't want sensitive knobs? Oh, well, we won't give you sensitive knobs. We're going to need both hands and a friend to help turn you. Anyway, unsolicited rant over. If you put pre after these, the pre-trig condition says it'll only trigger if the one before it triggers. So this should work. Hopefully it doesn't trigger this time if I'm not a moron. Okay, yeah. This beat may suck, but that's actually decently fire. I'm gonna use a trick from my last video with this snare through the reverb here. You'll notice a theme, which is that I don't like something happening every single time. It just has a tendency to get repetitive too fast, and because I am lazy and I don't want to do multiple patterns ever, I don't want to do any more work than I have to do when it comes to creating new material. I try to stretch the material I do have as thin as I can before it snaps like old gum. So what we're going to do is hold function and put a trigless lock. I learned it's not a trigless trig. It would pay you and me to do research before we make an entire video. This is a trigless lock. Thank you, wonderful commenters. And what we're going to do is clamp the reverb down to a mix of 0 and a time of 0 just to be extra safe. And then we're going to have this happen every first time, second time? Let's try second time and see how we feel about it. And if we hate it, we can change it, which is more than I can say about my life. What else? I think that this could be a little quieter even still, and maybe fade out even more as it goes on. Let's see how that tickles my fancy. That's a little more subtle. I like that. Okay, what else? Let's try to maybe do some variations with the main sample so that it's not so repetitive, because it is kind of giving me a fucking headache. And it's giving me a headache, it's got to be giving someone else one. Something we could do is copy this and either paste it on 12 or 14. Let's try 12 first, and then move it way over so that's almost on 13, and then have this happen every second time, and this trigger only when this one doesn't trigger. So it should work out the way I want it to. So now this should trigger and this shouldn't. That's actually pretty cool. So maybe what we can do there, we could maybe... I always kind of back myself into a corner when I use reverb, because it's not an effect, in my experience, that lends itself well to being dynamic. You kind of want your reverb, at least I am not smart enough to know if you want your reverb to be changing a ton, but it never seems to work out for me super great. So I do wonder if maybe we could just kind of lean into the weird dry vibe we have going on here and just slap a lo-fi on this and see. I mean, let's not play around, right? Let's just put lo-fi on everything and see how that sounds. So let's go for the second one here. Let's maybe turn up some sample reduction, maybe a lot. Let's filter it out a lot more and try some bit reduction as well. Let's clap just a little bit. That's actually good. I like that. So let's put some trigless locks there and turn up the sample reduction, maybe like a fuck ton. And I don't know. Let's try doing this too. Sure. I don't know, man. It's late at night. It's a whopping 9:42 o'clock. I'm 1,000 years old. This video is taking way longer than I thought it was going to. I thought this would be an easy one. I did it again. Is it Britney Spears that did Oops, I Did It Again? That was Britney Spears? You sure that wasn't Jamie Lynn?
Are you serious? It was Britney Spears, you dummy.
All right, call me Britney Spears, because Oops, I Did It Again. Okay, see? This is why we just turn knobs at random, you guys. This is why you do this. Don't be smart. Don't learn anything. Don't try to read the manual or gain a deeper understanding of the piece of gear that you're using. It's a fucking waste of time. Just press some buttons, turn the knobs, and go, and it'll work for you. It's worked for me. I sound like a fucking infomercial, huh? It could work for you. It worked for me. Before turning knobs and pressing buttons, I hated my life. My wife was ugly, my kids didn't listen to me, and my father had no respect for me. But now that I'm a random knob turner, well, I'm not married anymore. I abandoned my children. And my father? Well, let's just say we won't be hearing from him anytime soon. Offset, someone's like, dude, did you kill your dad? I was like, this shit. Let's go to commercial. It's a talk show now, I guess. I don't know. But that's sick. Hell yeah. And my wife is laughing. That's good. That's a good sign. Let's make this happen every second time. There's going to be some distortion there. I don't give a fuck. All right, we're going to turn the bass down a little bit. Oh, here's what we do. Okay, why? This is what I'm talking about. Why am I not just doing this, right? Let's just turn up the distortion a fucking ton. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Let's maybe put some trigger conditions on these kicks so that it's not so repetitive. So let's see. So let's maybe go bunt, bunt. So let's have this happen every first time. We'll have this happen every second time. Might have soured on this distortion a little bit. Maybe just sample reduce it. A reverse kick or two might be fun. So maybe right here, reverse it. Okay, something we're gonna have to do here is trim the sample a little bit. We could pitch it up a little bit so it happens a wee bit faster. Let's try maybe copying this and putting it right before. Hear how that sounds. There we go. That's sick. We'll have that every second time. We still have a whopping 2 tracks left to do stuff with. So I don't know what more I want to add. Let's just browse weird samples I have. Percussion from Blank Forms. That could be something kind of cool. Let's try that as a weird kind of percussive element. Maybe with some delay. Yeah. It's so quiet. Why is it so quiet? Ooh, yeah. Fuck it up. I think this video is just going to be called Why the Lo-Fi on the OCTATRACK Saves Me from Being Totally Mediocre. needs to go somewhere else, and I'm not entirely sure where. Maybe there. It feels like it wants to swoop into something, but I think this needs to happen every second time, and this needs to happen every second time. Maybe this needs to not have any delay on it. Maybe that's the issue. Just try that. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Okay, sick. Yeah, I think that works. I think I'm going to stop there, if only for the fact that this video has gone on insanely long and this is certainly not my best work. But this ended up being an interesting exercise in trying to flip a sample that I would normally not touch, just because I know that I wouldn't be able to do it justice. And like, even now that this is done, and it turned out better than I thought it would, through a lot of pruning, I still just listen to it and think, man, someone who's better at that than me could do some really fucking cool stuff with this. But regardless, I think this video is kind of a more complete display of taking something and just iterating and being unafraid to try new things and weird things, and also to know when, something just isn't working. There were multiple times where I was trying an idea, or we were trying out different patterns for the percussion or whatever, and it just wasn't gelling. And I think one of the best skills you can develop as a musician is not just what sounds good or what works, but what specifically is not working. Time and time again, I can think of projects where I'm working on something and something about it is just not working for me, and I can't quite pin down what it is. And then I finally do, and sometimes it's just one element, and you take it out, and it revitalizes the entire project. So that's, I think, a crucial skill to have. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Octadad After Dark experiment. It's probably going to be kind of a longer video. I'm going to try to edit down a lot of the futzing around and get it down to something usable. But yeah, hopefully just watching the process is helpful. You're pretty. It's so hot, dude.
Yeah.
It's so hot. I can't record with my fan on because it wobbles my horrible phone tripod. And it's, I don't know, it was like 105 today. It's probably still 95 degrees outside or something. I'm just baking under this light here. The work I put in for the craft. Okay, so I'm finishing up editing here, and I was so sweaty and hot and bothered and tired and over it by the end of the video that I didn't really do a proper outro. And so this is me doing that now. I want to thank my lovely patrons. In no particular order, I'm going to thank Andrew, Ghost Boner, Null Style, Vasily, Matthew, and last but not least, my mommy. Thanks, Mommy. I finished the project that I wanted to make in preparation for the parts video, and I've taken some notes. So now all I got to do is film the damn thing, and then I'm going to start editing that, and so I hope to have that out by early September. I am starting school, as is my wife, and we are homeschooling our 2 children, so things are going to get a little crazy, but I'm going to try to keep up with fairly consistent uploads, and yeah, hopefully keep pushing out that good Octadad content that you love so much. So anyway, I'm Daniel. This is the Messy Desk. I love you all like you're my tiny little baby OCTATRACKs. Hugs and kisses. Goodbye.